right, how are you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Oh no.
Let's see. Welcome me. Welcome 1N. Hello Kelly. Hello Kate. Oh my gosh. Why are you over here? No, I did this.
My bad, homie.
Oh my god, they're not gonna chase me anyways. Alright, I got aura. Anyways, so we're gonna do oh, wait, never mind. You're gonna chase me?
I'm gonna chase you. Oh my god, they don't know.
Okay, they're kicking a gen now, so we're good.
They're not even kicking yet. They just set up a portal.
Oh, never mind. I thought
Whatever. The generator has
oh
you
my
right on.
W. Linden. Oh, that was from Leon. Okay. Okay. So I can do this. Boom.
What's poppin', chat? I can't get views on my channel, so I'm leeching off this guy.
Yeah, well, I am not making that 2v10 video at the moment. No. No! I played that for 2 matches, 1 match. My god, that was the most unbalanced, unfun experience I've had in such a while. Oh my god. Who thought it was a good idea to have less generators with more survivors and everybody being... I don't know, man. It's just me. I'm just saying that right now. Any question for Sadia? No, but you can answer any questions. I have a Google form here as well that I can, read off. What's hello, Sailor? I'm doing great. I can read off. If you're in my Discord server, you can submit questions via Google form, or I'll read your questions in the chat as best as I can see. Other than that, though, yeah. We're so tiny on stream. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
I am tiny. I am tiny little creature.
It's in the PTS. It is in the PTS at the moment.
Yeah, it is in PTS.
But like I said, I am not playing it right now. I played it for a couple matches. That was not... Ooh.
I think I just aura farmed on accident. The rider passed by and I just stayed on the generator the whole time.
Really?
Well, yeah, the rider passed by with the killer, and then the killer didn't even see me, and I just aura farmed as I just stood there.
That's crazy.
Staying on the generator.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my joins on everyone now, so anybody can join.
I got that grind set, homies.
2v10 is really unbalanced. I just hit June 2 times, and they still didn't go down. That's because June takes 3, not 2.
June takes 3 now. For some reason.
Yeah, survivors have 4 seconds immunity in 2v10. Yeah. Yep. Most unbalanced shit ever. I got... Oh, okay.
Oh, there goes the killer.
I got pincered by an Unforgotten and a 6-stack Surgeon. I got slowed, then Surgeon launched at me. Oh, yeah. No, it's...
It's not great.
Yeah, the killer combos with 2v10 was crazy. Yes and no.
I would have been fine if it wasn't attempted to be balanced and it was just kind of like, alright, there's 2 killers and 10 survivors. Have fun with this broken mess of a game.
They can just pincer you. I know they can just pincer you. Oh my god, this server is full of everybody I know. But anyways. Yeah, I know they can just pincer you. But, like, even then, it is like, so... There's 10 people and 8 to 7 generators. It's really, yeah. Yeah, 8 to 7 generators with 10 people. And Jun takes, like, so many hits to kill. It is just so unfun at the moment.
Let's shake things
It's not the works.
It's my loser. No. What's up?
It's not the works. That's the only way to put it. It's just not the works. You know what? I'm gonna play as the character that drinks.
That drink.
I'm wearing my bartender outfit. It only makes sense. Alright.
But yeah, I will not... I'll probably play it maybe next stream, because right now...
When it's polished.
When it's more polished, yeah. What is this lineup? Dude, yeah, this lineup is insane. Look at everybody.
And dude, I should have turned off my joins or some man.
I turned my joins
no way.
as everyone. So anybody can join. But yeah,
Make
no.
him work to join the server.
He's washed, easy game, no word says. Oh my god.
You're probably right. Bro was cosplaying as Elliot when we were playing Blackout Revival Zombies.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make fun of you for that for the rest of your life, Leon, bro. You deserve it.
That is diabolical.
Oh, great. I accidentally tabbed out, which means I instantly use my triple mocktail because it's auto-equipped when I click back in. Wondrous activities. I wonder if they're gonna use the Protocol Protostar.
No.
They will. That was definitely Protocol Protostar
That
knife.
The Protocol Protostar.
Oh, it's not?
It's
Okay, maybe
not.
I'm just too far away.
You're indeed too far away. Oh my god, he's making a circle around this building, bruh.
Alright. Let's start with some questions. Let's get to the meat of this.
Yeah, sure, no problem, man. Let's see. So, I'll ask a couple questions. So the first question is from Dorgo. They said, why is Parkia the best character ever?
Let's shake things up.
Okay, theoretically, I know Dorgo being the voice actor for Parkia is really funny because he asked the question, but theoretically, Parkia can be the best survivor in the entire game if he has people around him that are willing to heal him.
Mm-hmm.
Because his whole perk is based off of, which has already been released, but his whole perk is based off of being able to take an extra hit before you go down, but it's only the injured state, which you can be healed out of.
Right.
So, but he can't heal himself. That's the drawback. So it makes it really interesting. So technically, yeah, he is one of the better characters, being able to do a lot of protection hits and that kind of work. But he's also just kind of... He was my favorite character to write in terms of
Let's shake things up.
personality. The way he acts is... I guess the best way to put it is Parkia is almost the living embodiment of optimism.
Hmm. Okay. Oh my god, that's actually pretty cool. Let me go through what chat says. Somebody said, when do you estimate the game to come out?
I cannot make an estimate at this time. I just genuinely can't. Mostly because working on games is difficult. And I won't go too much into details, but I'm trying to also move out at the same time, which makes it worse when you're trying to live on a budget. So I can't say a preferred estimate, because if I gave like a time and day that I wanted the game to come out, then unfortunately that would lead to stress within the development team.
Yeah.
And also that would lead to problems in terms of quality. So I can't really say like when a good day would be when it should come out, but
Huh. Alright. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. You definitely don't want to put pressure on your whole team already, you know, while the game is still out. Makes a lot of sense. The next question I have is from Sailor. They said, do you plan on adding any custom characters or OC characters into the game, similar to what Daybreak devs did back in Daybreak 1, or no?
Like where they add mythic skins with lore-related characters? No.
Or like original characters from fans and whatnot?
The only time I will ever see like fans in the game is if they win the community contest to get their fan inside the game. Their fan-made character inside the game. That's the only way.
Right. In other words, they just scam your artists. That's just...
I'm hitting the toxic moves on this fucking slasher. Leon, you're washed, homie. Go back to Forsaken. Oh, thank you.
Go back
Thanks,
to
no worries.
Forsaken. Is that what you just...
Yeah, I did.
Let's see. The next thing is from Ancient. They said, sponsor me.
How the fuck am I supposed to do that?
I don't know. They said, sponsor you.
I can't really do much about that, homie. But back on the OC characters. I guess I'll say this. In terms of lore characters, some of them may be added, but none of them will be added as skins, mostly because I want to avoid the, in my opinion, fucktastic disaster of having Tabitha as an Arlo skin,
Oh.
and then having Tabitha in the game later.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because then it theoretically, like in my terms, it just doesn't make sense. Just scam your artist. No words. I can't do that, homie. We'd get another situation like before.
True.
And that situation was not enjoyable.
Probably wasn't. No. Scam me. Mylo said. Let me see. Let me read up what the... Oh my god, he's right there. But let me read up what the next question is in just a second. Hold on. If I don't get in chase right now. Hold on. Never mind, we're good. Never mind, we're not.
Goddamn fucking Sadia won't leave the goddamn generator, so I have to sacrifice my spot for persistence to get his fucking bullet.
Understandable. Let me see.
Ass loopers.
So, next question is from... Let's see. There, I don't know if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. Or it's just Annie, basically. What am I doing? Annie. How many characters, including both roles, are planned to be playable with the release?
So right now, currently in the game, I believe we have 18 survivors and 6 killers. All of them will be fully playable once released. So there's no buying system. It's straight up, you get 18 characters, 6 killers at the start of the thing. I think that's more my personal issue, is like, you get into a game, right? You just start playing the game, or the game's just new, and they expect you to already like grind up and unlock characters. In my opinion, I think having a good variety of starter killers that aren't too OP, you know, is definitely the way to go.
Right.
So, I guess a good example would be like, I really don't understand the starter characters for Daybreak, or even the starter characters for Forsaken, because Noob was good, but then they added Elliot and Shedletsky, and both of those require their own techs and stuff, and it's very straightforward, but it's also very not straightforward, and that kind of goes.
That's why Daybreak is so good. They keep you Principal as starter.
They give you Principal as starter, and honestly, I don't understand Daybreak starters just because they put Star Eater as a starter.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck that happened.
I don't know.
Is homie chasing me? Oh shit, I didn't even realize homie was chasing me.
Yeah, they're chasing me, man. Also, there's one gen left already. I just realized that. I haven't even been paying attention to how many gens there are that we're already halfway through all the gens. That's insane. Where are the last generators anyways? I don't know where the last... Oh, they tried to go for Sailor and it did not work out in their favor. Bleh, let's see. Oh, wait, are the last two generators just one on across each other map and then... Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
This isn't unlockable, pretty much.
It's not, no. Daybreak starter is better than the killers you can buy. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, Idol for sure, and Slasher for sure. That's definite.
That's if you can.
I just don't understand why Ghost is not free, but Star Eater is.
Right. Deadass, why Idol's so OP.
I don't think. Honestly, Idol's only OP in terms of how he is with the other characters and how they are balanced. But they don't have any. Right. I don't think Idol is too OP.
Understandable. Right. Oh yeah, I agree with you on that one. Let's see. Next question. From Cozy, Ghosty. They asked, will there be more additions for characters? Because I want to redeem myself, and I like voice acting.
I don't redeem yourself from what? First off. Second off, yes, there will be more characters, and there will be more auditions.
Oh damn.
I don't get the redeem yourself part.
The redeemers.
And I've already said we looked thoroughly. Me and Persistence, we both looked very thoroughly through all the auditions for all the characters that did not have voice actors at the time, and we chose very carefully.
Yep. Alrighty then.
And that includes we did background checks on every single person and based it off what their like Discord activity has been as well.
Perfect. All right. Next
because
one. Oh wait.
Yeah. Because that was the smartest move to do. We're not gonna like, if you've said some whack shit in the past and we found it, then we're probably not gonna have you as a voice actor because. And if it's like, I don't mean in the past in terms of like, oh, you said the shit 7 years ago. No, it's like, if you said the shit like a month ago, I can't expect you to change that quickly.
Yeah. Arsonist have a Discord server? Yes, Arsonist does have a Discord server.
I don't have a personal
Not a
one.
personal
I
one.
have a Bloodsport one.
The
That's
Bloodsport
it.
Discord server. Try and join.
Yeah.
Let me see. What's next? Hello, Noodle. Welcome to the stream. Also, welcome to everybody to the stream as well. Boom, 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 boom. Keep seeing.
What the?
Let me check.
Unpopular opinion. You can genlock as idol. That's not even an unpopular opinion. That's just true.
Yeah.
Like, there's no unpopularness there. That's just factual.
Oh crap! I forgot to look at the killer. Oh, okay, I was looking at the next questions. Hold on. This one's a long one. So next one is from Dubcooler, who they said they're gonna ask a few questions related to the development of the game because they're very interested behind the scenes of it. So they're here. Here are the questions. It's quite a decent amount. Number one is that they're a huge fan of the massive cut content from the earlier stages of the game development, and regarding that, he asked, what content like models, voice lines, maps, art, whatever, is staying in the early stages of the game, aka what got changed over time, what was scrapped, rehauled, or are there still screenshots or proof of said content?
There was a lot of concepts that had gone through the ringer and did not make it out. A lot of them were cool, but we had to get rid of them. One of them was so I already released like the friendships and rivalries, but we had a different version of that for the beginning time. It wasn't fully scripted or anything like that. It was more of a concept. And the point was like originally Beckham and Josephine were going to be basically best friends kind of scenario. And
Right.
it would take whatever was inside the stories. So I think back then there was a memory where Josephine, who never lets go of her crowbar in any fucking situation, would purposely give her crowbar to Beckham to whack Wrathful upside the head to get them both out of the trial.
Right, exactly.
And that would become like a secondary thing that he could do if Josephine is dead, would pick up her crowbar and get a smaller stun. But that got scrapped, and instead we decided to go with the friendships and rivalry mechanic, where instead of straight up stealing a perk, it buffs their own perk in some way. Or in terms of like rivalries with killers, they both get buffs, but they both get detriments because they're detrimented by each other. I guess a good example is like Glitch and Ivan are gonna have a rivalry. This was the one that we had scrapped was that every time Ivan used his ability, Glitch would see what generator it was, and every time Glitch teleported, Ivan would see where she would teleport.
Right.
But that's been scrapped. There's a lot of cut content. We haven't really kept much screenshots about how cut content is.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of stuff that's like...
Typical.
That was actually a really good... Oh wait, no, that wasn't a Nathan. I just heard
Holy,
scream.
what the...
Yo,
Yo,
who screamed,
the
homie?
scream of the century, yo. Relax, dog. Holy.
It's not that serious, bro.
Heads up.
Oh my god, I was like... Oh yeah, keep going.
There's a lot of cut content, and some of it is worthy of being cut, and some of it is still very debatable. I think one thing that you could say is technically lost media or cut content is the old Overseer voice and the old Beckham voice, because they both got replaced.
Pain is temporary.
Oh, you killed someone.
The way I killed him was the most pathetic way, though.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the most foul hit I've done.
Okay, so
Go ahead,
I'm just
keep
gonna
going.
say this. I'm gonna say this because it's been a bit, but you know the pipe above where you killed Leon? Yeah, I just kind of stared from above.
Yes.
I just watched that man get murdered.
Bro, that was hilarious. You should have seen from my perspective how that was.
This shit was definitely not it, homie.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's all I can say about cut content. There's definitely some parts that have been cut. Originally, there was actually one person's ability got fully reworked.
Snap, okay.
Completely reworked, and it was, I think it was actually Akiko's. Akiko Ayumi, who is the student, his entire thing is basically he walks fast. Now his perk is he walks 15% faster. He's completely silent and undetectable on generator. He's basically a mix of Jack and Adriana, but doesn't have like the repair buffs of being solo like Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, holy bag.
That's
Jesus.
what I'm saying, a holy bag.
But his original perk was actually closer to Elijah's. But the way we were planning it is mixing in animations with the game, and not by like the terms of how Forsaken does it, where it's like, yeah, you just see the animations, but you know how the killer is always in first person. Basically what Akiko would do was he would slam the locker into the killer's face, and then proceed to grab the killer by their hair.
Oh, that would have been
twice. And then slam their face into the locker twice, and that would count as a stun for 3 seconds, while the animation lasted 2 seconds, which basically totaled to a 5-second stun.
Total 5-second stun, alright.
But he had to stay in the locker for 7 seconds instead of the way that Elijah perks work.
Okay.
The problem is there wasn't enough creativity with it and viability to change it around with the add-on system, so it just became kind of worthless.
No, I get it. It makes sense. I get that.
Well, one comment, one thing in the chat, because Persistence is also here trying to help out a little bit. Will Bloodsport have mobile capability? Yes.
Yes,
we will work on it. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. We will work with people who mostly play on mobile. So, for example, Chompy.
Can't do that.
But also, Persistence is a very hardcore console player, so we will have the most comfortable settings in terms of console and mobile, as far as we can get it in terms of comfortability.
Yes. Oh, hold on.
Typical.
But yeah, no. Keep going.
That was kind of it for cut content. There was a second part to that question. I think it was.
There is more to. Hold on, I'll read it in just a second.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
Just casually watch you pass by.
I just thought you at the bottom.
Like, oh. Have you ever seen the meme of the dude like looking up with a blue light shining down on him? That's basically how I felt. like the distraught face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. Damn, bro.
No, yeah, like I said, I'm here answering questions and stuff, so
fuck.
I really don't even. But yeah, like I was saying. Oh, okay, wow, that is insanely realistic.
You can't run.
Fuck! I forgot you still get it. Ah, shit.
I was like, I was just about to throw it, and then you knife throw me, and I was like, oh, wait, no, you stabbed me, and I was like, wait a minute.
Why do I still have knife throw?
Why do I still have it? Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Come back. Come back.
Oh my.
I'm gonna make this person escape. Hold on, though. Let me make this person escape.
Stay down.
There we go. Right. And then we'll make the next person escape.
No, no words, please.
Oh my god.
Heads out.
No! You shifted right to the moment. Oh, you shift. I looked behind. I saw nowhere's behind. And I was like, I'm just gonna go. Let's see if I can go for the knife to revive. But let's see.
I don't know where no words at. Okay, you got this. No words. I believe in you. Oh yeah, he makes that. He's making that.
But you want
Funny stamina attack.
You know something funny? He was in a locker. I opened it and it didn't stun me, so I was like, oh okay. But yeah, no. Let's see. Let me check something. Also, was it Sailor that went AFK? Yeah, Sailor went AFK. I knew it. We're gonna switch to a new server pretty soon though. I want to start. Give you like one or two more matches.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next question is the second one. Games take a while to develop, and having to release it to the public eye. What were the bumps along the road of game development so far? Any problem you stumbled and found a solution for, or cannot do anything about it for now, and have to improvise? Oh, and how do y'all feel about the game being released to the public? Any emotions, worries, and estimating when it will be ready?
Oh god, there's a lot to dig in here. I'll start with the first part of that. There's been a couple of bumps along the road, and most of that was looking for scripters in general. Ice made a video about it. I had a look.
I know they always do. It is what it is, you know. I can't control that. I can't get a 7-man lobby. I only get 7-man lobby whenever I'm in here with them. But yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, why the fuck? Oh, they go AFK.
They go AFK whenever I'm killer, so it's only like 7 people. So it is what it is. I don't get bothered by it. I don't get bothered by it. I know other people would, but I'm just kind of like whatever, you know. It's a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. The biggest bump of the road has to have been scripters in general. We do have some major connections to other games. The only problem is those other games are currently being worked on and need full attention right now. But we couldn't sit there and wait until those games were done to finally start working on Bloodsport. Especially with like, how do I put this? Especially because we had already released, I think it was 2 devlogs and the interview of a lifetime teaser at that time.
Yes.
So it was already like, we're deep in the shitter now. We need to go. Kind of thing. And that was kind of like the final nail of like, all right, we gotta fucking keep this going as much as possible. So finding scripters was definitely the hardest. I found something called hidden devs, and that was the greatest thing of all time, because I found one of the main scripters who's been fucking balling on that shit, and that is Paradoxus. Yeah. If you've watched the last devlog, there was not the last one with the failure add-ons and looper add-ons, but the one right before it, the long one. There's a small clip at the end where it's showing how the skill check system is going to work, and that was done by Paradoxus. And currently he's worked on a lot of different systems. I think he got finished with the generator system and the current right now he's working on how the sprinting will work with fatigue and everything. Because the way that Bloodsport is going to be is there's infinite sprint, but the more you sprint, the slower your sprinting gets. So it's closer to Dead by Daylight's whole system.
Right.
Yeah, bro. He fucking chased me down. Fuck.
Alrighty. Is that all you have for the response, or is there any more you want to say for that one?
That's only the first part of the question.
What
else? Let's see. That was kind of that whole, like, any solution. That was the biggest problem that we found.
Right.
My personal emotions about how the game is going to come out and how that is going to be is trying to avoid multiple situations.
Right. No.
In my opinion, I want the game to go big, but I don't want it to explode in popularity like Forsaken did.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean with that. I definitely know what you mean.
I don't mean by, I don't know why I follow these people. I never play fucking Sarah in my entire life, and I decided to follow people after they revived me. Like, homie, my entire perk is fuck off.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he got stuck on the corner of the tree. But yeah, keep going.
Let's see. I think the one, like, I want it to pop off. I don't want to pop off like Forsaken, where it's like, it popped off so hard that now there's problems. And with how Forsaken's been going, where they barely add more characters and shit, in my opinion, I think it's eventually going to die down. At some point. And it kind of already is. A couple of creators have moved on, especially with the drama issues that have happened there, and so on and so forth.
But money.
I don't want it to be like Trepidation, where it's overhyped at the start.
Oh,
and
yeah, and then
kind of
and then it
nothing
just
else.
Yeah.
Which, huge respect to Trepidation, because I learned recently that it is straight up just a solo dev trying to fucking figure out his
Uzi
project.
is still,
and
yeah, he's still developing the game.
And honestly, that was definitely like, damn, he's just trying his best with this shit. So
he's the GOAT. Yeah.
He is in fact him, because honestly, to go back to your project after it blows up and kind of flops pretty hard is definitely a
he's got inspiration.
A humbling experience, and definitely one where you're like, all right, I gotta fucking lock in.
Exactly.
I don't want it to be like Daybreak, in my opinion, and also Forsaken for this, the community. There's a lot of shit that I look at it and it's like, how do I make I think with my feelings about it, it's very conflicted, because I want the game to do well, but I don't want it to do so well that it fucking pops up on everyone's radar for a month and then dies off.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
Kind of like Trepidation. Or pops off and then people try and start shit, like Forsaken. I don't want the community issues of Daybreak and Forsaken. Look, honestly, Daybreak, you guys have an okay community at best. At worst, though, y'all motherfuckers is weird as shit.
I think that's the weird side of it. Is very small. I'm pretty sure it's not small, but it's like louder, but not so huge. It's just that like it gets the most attention.
It gets the most attention, but at the same time, it's not small. It's definitely at least like a 20% majority of the fucking player base is weird as shit and does some weird as shit things.
To be honest, that's the case with Hello communities. Yes, that is the case with a lot of huge fandoms and a lot of contenders as well.
That is a case with a lot of communities, but a lot of stuff we're going to implement will stop such things. And I'm not talking about like where Forsaken was like, guys, you can't be toxic with emotes, and then proceeds to add the fucking shotting food.
Yeah.
Which is the most known toxic emote from Team Fortress 2. Brother, you can't do that. That's just going back on your word.
It is.
I mean by fucking, if people are saying weird shit in the chat and it's making people uncomfortable, we're gonna fucking look into it. We're gonna fucking stop that shit, because we don't want it to be where, you join a game, you're made uncomfortable by someone, and then you don't want to play the game again. That's just not good for anybody. That's not good for the health of the game. No. That's not good for us. That's not good for beginners. So if you join a game and you see people like over-sexualizing characters, fucking report that shit to me, report that shit to Persistence. We'll probably have a report log up, and we will immediately start kicking people and temp banning people type shit. We are not gonna fuck around with that. Because I'm gonna be real. If I get some parts of it, like there's going to be some canon relationships, and if people want to roleplay that, then whatever fucking makes you happy, homie. But in the end of the day, you can't be saying whack ass shit in servers for no fucking reason.
Understandable. Very understandable.
And then finally, like, that's the part with the community. I don't want the release to be like too fucking with shit and how too underwhelming, too overwhelming, too overhyped, too underhyped. Like, I don't want that kind of shit to happen. And I guess the best possible situation is that it has a good growth at the start and it starts climbing from there.
Right.
but I'm mostly very stressed because, you know, I play games like Forsaken, Trepidation, Pwned by 1400, Daybreak, obviously. I started my content on Daybreak, and so on and so forth, and all these different asymmetrical horror games. I've even played Dead by Daylight to get a better feeling of what this should be based off of. And I'm gonna be real here, a lot of them have issues, and that's been kind of my motivation going into this, is like, how do I take the problems with each of these games and fucking build upon it, you know? In my opinion, actually, this isn't even my opinion, this isn't even a fucking hot take. Could you please add def setting? There probably will be one, but I don't think it will make like some killers completely useless.
Yeah.
It'll probably be closer to the way that Pressure does it with the def system. Yeah. What's the best way I can do? Oh, what? I never fucking finished this generator. I started working on it, and then persistence scared me off of it. Okay. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here before I die horribly. Because I saw him approaching.
Oh, there goes Leon. But anyways.
Holy wash! I'm joking. like taking all of these games and just trying to improve on them. And I don't mean improve on them by like copy exactly what the fuck they do and use it for my own game. I mean in terms of their problems. Owned by 1400 is incredibly killer-sided. Trepidation, I think, is somewhat killer-sided. Murderthon is somewhat killer-sided in some ways. Daybreak is way too survivor-sided and has balancing issues. I already said Pwned by 1400. Forsaken is a little bit survivor-sided, mostly because of their stamina mechanic, and I think that's a little bit weird.
It is a little weird.
Because, yeah, it should be punishing as a killer. It shouldn't be too easy, but it's also so punishing to the point that it's like, dog, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
At this round, we're server hopping. I'll let Arson. You want to look for the server arsonist this time? And see what happens.
Yeah.
After this match. But yeah, let's see.
I just don't want it to be like too much of all these issues. And honestly, I think the best thing that I have been trying to improve on out of anything, asymmetrical is kind of impossible to balance between. Yeah, it's no matter what, it's going to be.
It's going to be unbalanced.
Definitely impossible. It's going to be unbalanced for one side or unbalanced for the other side, and there's no way to really change that.
Actually, speaking of balancing, hold on. Next question that is actually someone asked is, they wish to know, how would you deal with balancing perks and abilities in the near future when the game is out? Question by the third Zach, by the way. Who's in chat right now as well?
Oh, God. Okay, here's the best way I can say about this. Balancing is going to be hella difficult, no matter what. And honestly, we're going to have a group of testers, which will involve some content creators. So, you know, Freakeeper, Ancient, No Words, Zindy, that type of shit. You know, Persistence. Well, Persistence is part of the dev team. He'll always be there for testing. That kind of work will always be done to get... it'll never be... Like just as Persistence just said in chat, it'll never be perfect, but we'll get it as close as we physically fucking can to even it out. To make it a fair playing field between both sides.
Right.
The only thing that I have to say in terms of balancing is... This is something that I see Daybreak kind of fail in, and that's non-consistent updates. And what we can do is, if we're doing skin updates, we're also going to do meta changes. So, like, let's say a killer is meta. For example, I'll pull one out of my ass. Sorry, I was teabagging the person that got sniped. But like Glitch, for example, her whole ability is literally Merciless Storm on command from Dead by Daylight. Like that shit, if that becomes too powerful, if we make an update where we release a bunch of skins, we might buff a killer and nerf that one. Like we might buff fucking Hunter but nerf the hell out of who is it? Like nerf the hell out of Glitch. Like that would be our kind of system and how we would work around it. We're trying our best for balance. It's hard, definitely. And it's not even, it goes deeper from perks then. It's not even just perks at that point. Let's say like, and a lot of it will be based on like pick rates and shit. We'll actually have like a valid pick rate detection. This includes perks, this includes abilities, this includes add-ons, this includes all of that shit. Like, if it's fucked in terms of it's not worth it because it's just not, then there's no reason for us to buff it or nerf it. Like, if it's at a fair pick rate, then it's fine. If it's some shit like... How do I put this? Ash.
Yeah.
Ash from Apex recently got a huge fucking buff, and she is one of the best possible legends to pick. She has right now a 100% pick rate in 3 stacks.
Dang.
She is that good.
That's actually
And
insane.
Ballistic has, I think it's like a 60% pick rate no matter what. It's fucking crazy. Basically, they're crazy as shit. They got buffed to shit.
Right.
That's not what we're looking for. If we see that, we're gonna nerf it. And that goes for perks, that goes for add-ons. Right? So, for example, let's say we add someone's ability that's like Crosby, and there's an add-on that makes it better, but worse in one regard. And people are fucking maining the shit out of that. Like, that specific add-on. Like, out of all the people that use that perk, those people are using that add-on specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You rarely see people use the other ones, and anytime you see people using the other ones, that they're playing it, and then they're just realizing it's ass or something. I didn't say... no, not Wraith Ash. But... like, if we see that, we're gonna nerf it. We're gonna do it based off pick rate and not use it as a genuine, like, an excuse or anything. We're going to be genuine about, like, hey, this character, you could see it in every single fucking lobby using the exact same add-on. So we nerf the add-on. If it was like, you see this character, it doesn't matter the add-on, no matter what.
Ooh, okay.
Then it's like, okay, we're gonna nerf the character.
And then we're just gonna be like...
Persistence is talking about romance in chat. Yes, there will be a couple of romances. There's gonna be some confirmed relationships. But I'm gonna say this.
Oh?
For all those people that are like Daybreak shippers and shit, they will not be the weird ass romances in this game. I do not like any of them. I do not like any of them. They're too cliche, they're too tropey, that kind of shit pisses me off. For example, you know what, I'm gonna bring up Parkia again, and I might as well say this because fuck it, why not? It's honestly not that integral to the story. Like, the romances are a bit more of a side part. They provide some bit into the story. They are tied with the lore in some way based on character interactions. But they aren't super duper important to the lore. A good example is going to be Parkia and Evan. Evan is a fucking raging alcoholic who cannot deal with his grief. And Parkia is basically the embodiment of, I am optimistic as shit and I don't give a fuck what you say. I am going to keep up my hope because I literally have to and have had to my entire life.
Right.
That's where their relationship starts. And it's because of the fact that they're so, like, opposites of each other. Where Evan is an alcoholic and sees no hope and is so pessimistic, while Parkia is the opposite. And one other part is Evan has repressed trauma where every single time he's been helped by someone, and this is mostly because he's been through so many relationships due to his grandma's will, and they were trying to get all that money from him. Really fucked up shit, by the way. I want to say that for the future. All of Bloodsport's lore is not going to be fun. It is not going to be cutesy. It is going to be messed up. It is going to be incredibly real.
That's crazy.
There will be real goddamn issues with this shit. Like, homies will not be doing all right. But he's never gotten care from someone, and those people have never expected, you know, help. Those people have always expected help to come back.
Right.
Or help to come back, or always wanted something out of him. Parkia is the first ever person to genuinely be like, yeah, I don't expect shit from you, actually. I don't.
What is going on over there? What?
I don't fucking know, dude. I ran out of stamina like fucking 10 seconds ago, and this man was still chasing me, just waiting for me to run out of stamina. Homie, I'm out. Anyway, but yeah, Parkia is the first ever person who actually gives Evan treatment without expecting something in return, and Evan kind of fucking gravitates towards that.
Right. Exactly.
The thing is that Parkia is also, he's dealt with someone who has been an alcoholic and realized that a lot of people have their reasons for becoming alcoholics, like genuine reasons.
Exactly. No, I mean...
And so that's Leon, how did you get hit by that? Homie, you got diced up. Holy shit.
I saw that too. I was like, oh,
Bloodsport is the name of something that sounds like the Lord would destroy me. Trust me, it will. Is Parkia that one, the one with the perk that is like Arlo? That's Luca. The one, Parkia is like June's, except if June was actually good.
If June was
Sorry,
actually...
June mains. Sorry, June mains, but your perk is low-key kind of shit. I apologize, but I also don't at the same time, because honestly, there's just better characters that take 2 hits.
I mean, yeah.
Plus, the payoff for taking a hit isn't great. What are you gonna do about the mature rating? Because you said the headlocker bashing might be a bit too much. What I meant by too much, I meant in terms for their Akiko's abilities in general. But if I was to say too much, it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna be real with the mature rating and how it works. Characters can do some really fucked up shit. For example, look at Decaying Winter. That shit is so fucked up. There is one character that literally tells you to end your own life. And you can do so in that game. There is some fucked up shit you can do in that game. It will get age restricted, definitely. It's not gonna be like Daybreak where it's not age restricted. It will definitely have a maturity rating and be at least 13 plus. There is no other way to put it.
No,
it's not gonna be like a bloody, gory, like fucking Combat Warriors or Decaying Winter, but it will have some shit that will freak people out. There will be talks of alcoholism, there will be talks of self-harm, that kind of stuff. So
no, I mean, for sure. It's definitely going to have its, like, dark moments and stuff like that. But, like, at the same time, you know, it really comes down to, like,
did I fucking do that at the perfect time?
Yeah,
no fucking way.
I looked at the progress. I was bottom. I was like, you know, I had confidence in you guys that you guys would be back at the generator. I saw that.
I didn't see that, man. I didn't see that until it was too fucking late.
But yeah, no.
Okay, no words. That's some cool shit, bro.
Okay.
I got fucking snapped. I got sniped. Lee got read like a fucking book, homie. Like,
dude, I was just chilling doing generators as a gen rusher the whole match because I was like, I was chill. I was just Cora, just like literally every time he appeared, I was like, all right, let me just. I hid in a locker twice, just so he doesn't find me. On that next to that same generator the whole time, I was like, all right, let me just hide him here. 10.
You can snipe in Bloodsport. There is the hunter, but it's not like the way that Daybreak has it, where you can.
We gotta remember that. Hold on,
Yeah. It's not like fucking Daybreak slasher where you just throw in a complete straight line and defy every single law of physics out there.
I'm gonna wait till you join a server, by the way. Keep going.
But it's more based on like, how do I put this?
Let me know when you joined one.
Okay, I'm joining one now. Hopefully it's good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm in one now.
Okay.
It shouldn't. Oh fuck! It's like really. Ah fuck!
What? What?
Oh, there's a fucking Elliot cosplayer using Daeyoung's perk.
Oh, alright. I'm joining the server. Okay.
It's going to be closer to like Huntress from Dead by Daylight, where you actually have to take and count the arc that it has. So yes, technically you can do fucking orbitals, like in Dead by Daylight, but that's only in outdoor maps. And I'm gonna be real, some of them are gonna be outdoor,
some of them are gonna be indoor. Right.
Yeah, some of them are gonna
okay. We're gonna move on to the next question because we have 9. We're on 8th question. There's more we gotta go through. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. So next question: which character was a hassle or mess to create? And this was asked by Nightlight Kelly or Jam, which people know them in my community as Jam for short, or Kelly Jam. I don't know, either one of those two.
What was a character that was a hassle to create? I'm going to be completely real here. As much as I love him and love working on his lore entirely, Rick was so hard to work on.
That's crazy.
Because I wanted to make him old, but I wanted to also explain that, like, aging doesn't happen in Dark Masses Realm. It just doesn't exist in general. Oh. But the thing is like, Rick was born in fucking 1985 in Colombia during the Pablo Escobar era.
What?
That's deadass.
That is the lore?
What? His lore is that he helps take down Pablo Escobar with the DEA.
Okay.
I'm not fucking kidding. Like, that's deadass his lore is I helped take down Pablo Escobar. He is 41 years old. So he was, you know, taking some time in the 2020s. And it was so hard to figure out how old to make him because I wanted him to literally be a veteran of some kind of war. Yeah. But I couldn't do the Vietnam War. I couldn't do the Korean War because that would be too old of a character.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start off fucking Forsaken with a dude who's like 24 but somehow served in the Korean War. It didn't make sense because at that time, Beckham Lindholm was already created, and his whole title being the Outlasted is he's the longest survivor that's been in Dark Masses Realm.
Yeah.
He's been there the longest out of anyone. But Rick was so hard to make because I wanted him to be a veteran, but at the same time be also kind of chill as a person.
Right.
So it was hard to make his personality, and we finally just stuck on this veteran who's been through the fucking work, seen some shit with the cartel and how they operate, and has, in fact, actually done some of that shit. Because, and this is really weird philosophy by him, is he believes that the only way you can scare the cartel is by stooping down to their level.
Makes sense.
But he is crazy with it. He's not the oldest person in the entire game. That's Hunter. Bro is graying. There's no other way to indicate that he's old. He is graying. He has white hair, homie. Like.
But yeah, okay. So you said Rick is the character that was a hassle to me, correct?
It was a hassle to make because, honestly, it uses an ability that I had made for a Daybreak OC and changed it around.
And then you changed. Okay.
It was, I did originally have a Daybreak OC that was literally named Maverick, which is Rick's code name, which is a small signifier. The document is now deleted of what my Daybreak OCs looked like and what they were.
Yeah. Someone said,
I chose to delete it.
Someone said Vittorio Toscano is goated as well from Dead by Daylight because that's an old character.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
At the end someone said, like, at the end of the day, it's your universe. You can do whatever. But, you know.
I know. I just didn't want the lore to start off too confusing at the beginning.
No, I get that.
I didn't want it to be like a fucking mess at the beginning, and there's no way to really go about it. I guess I'll say this little tangent on the lore. The way lore will work is it's gonna use the memory system that Daybreak had, where like, yeah, there's memories. But here's what you gotta know. There's the backstory, there's memory 1. Those are both backstory. Memory 1 is just a deeper look into why this person is how they are.
There you go.
The backstory is how they got there. The memory 1 is why they're like that. But you can also infer why they're like that based off their backstory. The rest of the memories, all shit that happens in the show. Damn. So, for example, let's say fucking Ivan and Josephine decide to square up and box each other. That would be a memory. That probably won't happen, honestly. But that would be a memory. The memories would instead be based off of what happens inside the show instead of that kind of stuff. There was another question. I have a question for the arsonist guy. Which Bloodsport character was your favorite lore-wise? Kiko Ayami. It is directly... Actually, wait. It's a tie. There's a Kiko Ayami, and then there's Erickson Viaz, also known as the Failure. Not everyone is from the same... Oh, wait. Persistent was saying not everyone is from the same universe. Some people can be from different universes. Anyone can be dragged into the Bloodsport if they are in a universe that Dark Mass has some semblance of control over or has a cult in. That's it.
Ooh.
No way.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Failure and Akiko Ayami, they are both based on songs that I actually really liked, but much more extended in terms of like absolutely fucking like stretching them out into their full capabilities. The one for Akiko Ayami...
Keep going.
I had to take a second. What the fuck was that mind game? I'm not the only one that saw that, right?
Yeah, I spectated. But anyways. Yeah.
Homie got mind gamed into the 7th dimension. All right. Anyway. Akiko is based on American Life by Primus. Listen to it. It's a good song. It really is. It basically is the crumbling. It's basically talking about how the American dream is a much more of a fabrication and the American life is much more cruel.
Right.
That's what Akiko Ayami is based off of. Failure is based off of Exik music for a film by Radiohead. Both of these songs really spoke out to me. I really like Exik music for a film by Radiohead. I've loved Radiohead. It's just insane.
Oh, well then. That's I see where
Exik music for a film mentioned. Yes, indeed, dude.
Yes.
I am a Radiohead fan. I fucking love that band. They do so much creative shit and so much experimental shit with every single album they release.
Hey. All right. Oh, am I good to move on to the next one?
I'm gonna say one last thing of like the Failure, because someone did ask this in chat. What the Failure is crazy. What did bro do? And Kara, who is his girlfriend, was being I'm not sure, DA'd, if you know what that means. That's the best way I can put it. Domestic abuse. Fuck it, I'll say it. Whatever. Being domestically abused, neglected, and basically starving and having dehydration in her room, and was locked in there by her parents. He goes to try and help her, but she ends up dying due to starvation. And while he's trying to get the like ambulance there and everything, he has a confrontation with both of her parents and ends up killing both of her parents with a kitchen knife. But after seeing her dead body, he kind of goes on this whole entire thing of like guilt controls his entire mind and emotions, and he believes he's doing right by killing every single person that ever wronged Ankara. It is some wild shit that he does. But I say he killed his girlfriend's parents. I don't mean he simply killed them. It wasn't simple stab, they're dead. We're talking homie cut off their ring fingers, took their rings. For the father, he stabbed him 97 times in the chest. He went on some shit. He was tweaking, to put simply. He did some insane shit. And it...
What?
Okay. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that. I just watched a Mammo walk into a locker and then get downed while holding their bat out. Move.
Let me...
Thank you.
While you continue, you want to continue on?
That's it. That's it. Basically, he does some shit.
Oh, okay then. Well, that's a lot of interesting lore. They just died so fast. The next question is from Axel Ace. They said, I'm new, so sorry if this question is dumb or something, but will there be bundles like Valentine's bundle or something?
Yeah, there will be bundles. There will be bundles. They will not be as expensive as Daybreak's bundles. Most of them will be include something called expansive victory poses, and I might as well say this because this is one of the best things. In my opinion, this was I'm gonna say this. This was Persistence's idea. Expansive victory poses will take who played what inside of the lobby and bring them into the victory pose. If the MVP or the killer gets it, then it will be that expansive victory pose. A really good one that was, you know, I guess I'll say this as like a spitball thing, but let's say Glitch, right? Like her expansive victory pose, this is more of a spitball, this isn't final whatsoever. What it will do is it will show like all the characters that were inside the game. Not just all the characters that were inside the trial, and like slowly delete them and glitch them out as time goes on. That's the way that expansive victory poses will work. They will bring in what survivors were played in the game.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. That's actually a really cool idea. Well, let me see what the next one is. Let me go to a YouTube chatter. Let's see. Will there be non-humanoid models / characters for future killers and survivors?
There will definitely be non-humanoids. For sure. No doubt. There will be people that are not human. There will be people that are either deformed past humanity. A good example of that is actually Failure. The reason his arm is so fucked up is because, he got corrupted by Dark Mass.
Right.
That's why his arm is all fucked up like it is now. He is not entirely human. He is not entirely, like, there, I guess.
This dude, no words.
Yay, cripples is funny.
Next question is from Hiroko. But yeah, were you gonna keep going on the...
No. I was just gonna say that there's gonna be non-humanoided future, like killers and survivors, just characters in general, non-humanoids.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's actually really cool.
What do we got?
Next question is, if all the killers were put into an arena, and were to fight to the death, who would die first and who would win? And then there's a second part to the question, which I will wait for you to answer for the first part.
Who would die first and who would win? I'm gonna say this bluntly as shit. Wrathful is not winning. He is dying first. Yes, he has a track record of serial murder, but the thing is that Erickson basically has adrenaline consistently pumping through his system. I have not seen, like, that's pretty much it. Wrathful is just very good at overpowering weak people, and that's it.
Ooh. Alright.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Who would win is probably Forgotten. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Forgotten is a military-trained special agent. He is winning that entire match.
Military-trained is great.
Glitch technically doesn't even exist because she got fucking shot.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I mean... That I've seen the lore for that one a bit. I was like, ooh. Oh. And then the second part of it is, what inspired you to make Bloodsport in the first place?
Oh boy. This is gonna be a long one. I made a video a really long time ago where I basically said, like, kind of pissed off and a little bit whiny, basically saying, like, hey, the people who love these games deserves better. I will make my own game if I need to. And for a second, I was like, I'm probably not going to have to actually do that. And then I ended up doing it.
And then you ended up doing it.
Not for petty reasons or anything, but genuinely because it was like, I've thought about it for a bit, and I'm like, there's an untapped potential. There's nothing that really, really follows the Dead by Daylight formula.
Yes, there really is.
And the number one part of that is the add-ons. Like, I don't see a fucking game with add-ons out here. I genuinely don't.
Well, Murderthon has add-ons. It's just very, like...
It's only killer add-ons.
Killer add-ons.
I mean, in both sides, is what I mean.
It is kind of funny how the way you got inspired to do it was just like, you know what? I'll just do it.
I genuinely was just sitting there, and I'm like, should I really do that? Or you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real here. There's one person that I've always kind of looked up to, in terms of content creation, and I'm gonna say that it's Yimfa. YMFAH. They take long ass breaks during their uploads, but they'll do shit like no equip load Fallout New Vegas, no equip load Fallout 4 type things where they basically have no armor, they have nothing, but they will just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And that's what got me, was like, all right, I just need to say, fuck it, I'm going to do this. And just keep going from there.
And then just keep going from there, right?
Yeah, just going and keep going. No words, I'm sorry to say, but lore-wise, there will not be cripples. Overseer himself does not view it as a fair fight if someone literally cannot move and run away from the killers. Right. So he will make it at least somewhat fair.
So yeah, I was gonna
no longer crippled.
So okay.
Unfortunate.
Next question is, how will you guys be handling maps? Will they be large? And this was asked by 13 Zinky 13 or Zinky 13 for short. I don't know. Either one of those two words.
God, this is gonna. I'm gonna be real. They're gonna be a decent size, and by that I don't mean like so tightly knit like the map we're about to fucking play, Haverhill Hospital, because this is bullshit. I'm gonna be real. This is one of the worst maps in the game, but it's not gonna be so large that it is fucking like Costa de Cristalina. That is the best possible way I can say it. It will be a decent size. We're trying to make it close to the same amount of size that Dead by Daylight's maps are, because there is exit gates, there is all that stuff. So we really need to take that into consideration. And I don't mean exit gates by the way that Daybreak has it. Where they fucking just like, you completed the last generator, here's the escape. It's you actually have to open it like Dead by Daylight. You have to open the gate itself. I'm seeing Ado the Fool. Arson, when will release the Bloodsport wiki? I need to read some lore because I forgot some stuff. I'm gonna be real, the Bloodsport wiki will not be released until I make all the devlogs revealing all the add-ons. And then from there it will finally be released.
Well, there you go.
There's mostly some shit we gotta work out with how it's worded and all that stuff, so.
There you go. Alrighty.
You playing my fucking perk?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I always play this. I've been starting to play this perk on this map because Gen
No, I'm joking.
So, actually, let's see. So, I mean, this is the same question as similar to what Hiroko asked, but this is by Ado. What were your motivations to start this project to begin with? Similar.
Again, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. But in terms of that, it's also because I've had genuine frustrations with some games, and it's mostly because of their balancing issues. I'm pretty sure people have heard me grow more and more apathetic with every single update that Daybreak releases, because honestly, I just find no reason to find hype behind it anymore, because I'm going to be real here. Daybreak started off as a passion project, but now it's a summer project.
No, it's a summer project.
Anytime it's summer, school's out, they're all free, then they start fucking working on shit. Amethyst, to solve your question, I would say join the Bloodsport Discord server. There is a channel called Game Mechanics. There's a document in there that releases, that has all of them there. So, and vaulting is one of them, so there will be vaults.
There you go. Next question, by Cade, which they put in parentheses, the best mod. Totally not, right? So anyways, is Bloodsport a game or is it a story? And they said, if it's a game, will it be released publicly? And if it's a story, will it also be released publicly?
I'm gonna say this. It's both. Bloodsport has a story, and it has a story to tell. But it also is a game at the same time. It won't be like Daybreak's whole weird-ass kind of like star caller thing where they release this like.
Okay, but also I just want to mention, guys. Okay, there's no such thing. When it comes to my mod team, there's no such thing as best mod. Everyone does well. I just want to make that clear before, because I was like, wait, why are we talking about best mod? Why did they put best mod in parentheses? Anyways, continue.
Wait, why the fuck? That was so weird. Okay, I think I just found a bug with 2 Crosbys because nobody plays Crosby. But it said to stay away when I already activated my fucking perk on the kick generator. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, it'll be both.
All right, let's
what
read
will
a.
Bloodsport be released on?
I was gonna say I'll read a YouTube question.
Roblox.
Yeah. Are there gonna be characters that allow you to do nerd stuff like lineups or wacky tech?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. There will be some characters that will allow you to do some shit. Hunter is definitely one that will allow you to do some lineups. It will not be as strong as slasher lineups where you point, aim, and fire and then it fucking downs someone. But there will be some killers where you can find a certain tech for it. And it's going to be either really good for you or not really good for you.
Okay.
I gotta answer. Light Hero Sentai in the chat. Have you ever thought about universal add-ons? There will be universal add-ons for each class. So the anti-loop killers will have universal add-ons. The support survivors will have their own universal add-ons. There won't be universal add-ons where it can go to anyone. It will be based on the class to help that class achieve what that class is supposed to do. That's it.
There you go.
Fat ass cat. What do you want? What are you looking at? Jesus Christ, you're looking at the void like it's your best friend.
Next few questions are from Sussy Penguin. One of the first one is, are in-game nerf / buffs from survivors or killers going to stop at a limit?
Like you mean slows and shit and that kind of stuff, or
like I guess more of like, will there be a point where you'll stop buffing and nerfing, I guess, characters like at a certain point, or is that
like if it gets to a point where it's genuinely balanced as a character, where it has an average pick rate and has average this and average that, then yes. Yes, there will be a limit to how many times we nerf and buff a character. We're not gonna pull a fucking, like, in terms of... How do I put this? Like fucking Dead by Daylight. Oh boy. Tokyo Ghoul Kaneki is really good. Let's nerf Pig. Like...
Yeah.
We're not gonna keep nerfing a character unless it's genuinely OP. Like, we're talking Rex lobbies with 100% win rate type shit. That's not gonna be allowed. But there will be at least... Sir, we're gonna move from this. We're going to move from this location. Alright. There will not be, like, too many nerfs and buffs unless it genuinely is needed, and I mean like 100%.
You want me to tap that gen, or are you close to it?
I am very close to it. The only problem is the killer is around it.
Yo, if you tap it low key, I can tap it again if I need to. Can't lie.
It's that no words is looping around the generator that we were discussing about.
Darn. I'll work on this one. Want me to ask the next question for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
How do the cages work?
How do the cages work? If you've ever played 2v8 Dead by Daylight, that's it. They're basically hooks, but they're set around the map.
There you go.
And that's it. They're just hooks from Dead by Daylight, pretty much, or now the chairs in Murder-thon. Which a lot of these games came out, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Third one.
Fuck.
Do the friendship and rivalry buffs stack?
They do not stack. Only one person can redeem it.
Imagine if they
and
do.
if it's rivalry, then what it'll do is it'll randomize which person gets it.
Ooh. Or randomize?
So, like, the Ivan and glitch one, let's say you load into a lobby and there's 4 Ivans and 1 glitch. Obviously, there's going to be 1 killer because it's a 1v6 game. The glitch is not going to have a fair time if every single Ivan can tell when they're teleporting.
Yeah, right.
So it will be randomized on which Ivan gets that rivalry passive.
Alright, next one that they asked was, will survivors and hunters be released by their own or in a package / chapter?
We're gonna do some whack shit in terms of packaging and chapters.
Alright.
I think it's come straight out of the gate when the roadmap was released, and the next chapter after the launch chapter is literally 3 survivors and that's it. Like, we're gonna do some whack shit in terms of how roadmaps are gonna work. Let me pull up what the roadmap is real quick to like go over it. Like, you have the first one, 6 killers, 15 survivors, sorry, and 3 maps. Then there's 3 survivors for the second chapter, 1 survivor that's a community chapter for the next one, and then a killer, a survivor, and a map for 4, 1 survivor for 5th, and then 2 killers, 3 survivors, and 1 map for 6, and then for 7 is 1 survivor. We're going to fucking go around if it fits the chapter.
There you go.
We will not. I saw one thing that was maybe a universal add-on that gives you minor debuff but increases all XP game. Nope. You're gonna have, honestly, you're gonna have to work for your shit. We're not gonna have double rewards like in Daybreak. I don't understand it.
No, you don't understand.
There will be double rewards. They will not count towards XP though. They will count towards currency. That is it. So you can get fucking hella rich, but that don't mean shit.
Okay. So, and the last question that's part of them is from them is, lastly, are there any new mechanics for survivors and killers in the game besides perks, add-ons, etc.?
Any new mechanic for survivors and killers in the game besides add-on perks, etc.? Besides the friendship and rivalry shit.
Let's shake things up.
The only thing that I can really think of that's like really out there in terms of like new mechanics. Environmental hazards. These, yeah, there's Murderthon pallets which are basically that, but instead of actual pallets where you can stun the killer and all that shit, if you time it right, they basically serve as a delay. They help you slightly more in looping. The only problem is that you're not the only one that can access them. A killer can put down the environmental hazard to block off survivors. It can be used by both sides. It's basically a pallet that doesn't stun, but it works for both sides.
That's pretty cool.
So
that's actually really cool.
It's basically something that adds a little bit more into the game. There's a lot of shit that's in discussion on how those are worked. But yeah, you can use, in Dead by Daylight, there's fucking breakable walls also. So there's certain walls that will be surrounded by like black smog, and because Dark Mass has some tendrils and shit, they'll be surrounded by that, and killers can break them down and open up and fucking screw over loops type shit. Ah!
Oh my god, what was...
By a white man!
Moving on to the next question.
Paying attention, and then randomly I got chased by a white man. I didn't know what to do, man. I got scared by that. Dude, the Germans scare me.
That's crazy. Next question.
It's slash. Someone put in chat, is it slash? Homie, I have a bleeding effect on my literal profile. No, it is not slash.
No, it's not. Someone asked, next question from the Google Doc. Sorry. What's your end goal for this game, King? I'm being serious. They actually put the word king at that end of the sentence. Like, what do you want to achieve for yourself in your game through this game? By Raka, the absolute godly, which that last part is not true. Get rid of the godly part.
That's crazy. What's your end goal for this game? End goal for this game? I'm gonna be real. I don't have one. I think the problem is this is gonna hit more into a bit more of my philosophical outlook on life. You really do, and this is said way too much, you really do have to go with the flow with some shit. And the best way I can say this... You told me to shut my mouth once, I'll tape yours shut and grab your eyes and pull them over your goddamn face. You understand me? Don't ever tell me to shut my mouth, Cade. Fuck you.
Damn!
Tell me to shut my mouth in game.
Yes.
Hell nah.
So continue what you were saying.
I got a warning for that, by the way.
Well, I'm not surprised. I wonder why.
Worth it. Worth it. I think personally you should go with the flow. Now that said way too much and it's too fucking vague in my opinion, where you just say, oh, you gotta go with the flow. Don't go so hard with the flow that you lose your damn paddle out there in the current, is what I'm trying to say. You have to understand that there will be limits on how you have to go with it. And me personally, I don't have an end goal with this game. If it keeps going, I will have it keep going. There will be no end goal. And honestly, I think that's the best way I could take this entire thing. Is because if I say, there's no end goal, then what I will continue to do is continuously work on it and continuously have that passion. If you get to a point where it's like, I want a big game and that's it, then you're going to have an end goal. And by the time you get to that end goal, then there's no point for you. And you will know that because you will start to feel that there's no point for you. And that's where you get into issues where you just run out of passion for a game. Or, you know, just completely give up on it and abandon it.
Exactly.
That's my point of view.
Oh, they're over there.
When the game launches, all characters be free or paid? Free. Free!
That's huge.
They will be free. All the launch characters will be free. Besides that, though, then you actually kind of have to work for it, which is very unfortunate for people who join the game a bit later, but...
Yes.
Let me tell you right now, the starter characters you get will serve just enough for any fucking playstyle you're going for. We have designed it that way, where yes, the characters you can unlock in later chapters are definitely different. They definitely also... kind of based off the starter characters. We have ones that are just full on cover every basis that you need. You want a character that sneaks around and does generators a bit more quietly, you have a Kiko Aemi. You want a character that can fuck with the killer directly and create diversions, we have Beckham Lindholm. You want a character that can tell the killer to fuck off and remove their next attack, we got a Rick Percy. Like, that's just the characters. We have a killer to fit your playstyle, and we have a survivor to fit your playstyle. So,
there you go.
At least in terms of general basics. From there on, we'll extend a bit more on it.
There you go. Hold on, I'm in chase right now. I gotta deal with dish. I don't even know how many stacks they have. How many stacks they have again?
4.
Ah, that's actually a decent amount.
Yeah.
Man.
He actually might fuck your shit up, low key.
Oh, that's... yeah, you're right about that, man. Oh my god. Oh! My god.
Excuse me, sir. I am currently working on this generator. Could you please leave me alone for tea time?
What was that Adriana doing? What was that? It just...
well, he just got another stack. That's
what?
Unfortunate.
Okay, I literally thought that vault animation was still going, but alright. At least I didn't get it. You know what? I didn't give him a stack. You know what? It was on cooldown. Which, you know what I still think? Why do they give Surgeon such a long 45-second cooldown? Oh, that's not a 45-second cooldown for, like, after...
I missed.
It should be at least, like, I feel like it should be, like, 35 at least, or 30. Because the devs are breathing. Like,
what the fuck? Homie!
Because, like...
Okay, I'm dying here.
Oh, you're probably
Please stop doing the fucking tango with me, homie.
Because,
this
like,
isn't safe.
By the way, the gym where you what gym are you on actually? I'll look at it right now.
This isn't safe.
It's not a save.
This isn't safe as I'm with 0 stamina.
As if
Stop
we
doing the
zero
thing with me
stamina.
nowhere. I don't fucking like it. I'm not trying to kiss you, homie. Not cool.
White man
Nowhere's
versus
typing
white
it
boy.
all night.
Let's see.
White man versus a white boy is crazy. I think canonically, Nowhere should type in just hashtags. Like, that's how he speaks to
That's
people.
how he speaks.
He just stares at you and it's just straight up censored all across the board, so you can't even tell if he was trying to say something nice or telling you to
Alright,
get
next one.
kicked by
It's not a
fucking
question.
whores.
Alright, it's not a question, but it's from Kate again. They said, I've been working on a show for 2 years called Parasite Eves. A show I'm working on completely by myself. Question is, do you need any help with character design / character animation? I'm skilled in that field and would like help any ways I can. That's what they said.
Looking for character design or character animation. I'm gonna be real with the way that Ice, Trad, and other people have, Ink especially, have designed the characters so far. I think we're fine. In animation, though, we have recently started a bit more on the animation side. And while some help would be nice, right now I'm gonna hold off on it, but I will keep that in mind for later because right now I'm trying to save as much money as possible.
Oh. Hey. Next question, which they said last question, I swear. From Penguin. I swear, does your Discord have more info about the game than the YouTube channel, or?
Right now, the Discord technically has a bit more information, but that's because of the game mechanics and lore mechanics page. But it does not have the perks and stuff, so you kind of need a bounce between the both of them to really get a full picture.
Oh, okay. Oh. Alright then, there you go. Next question is from Sailor again. This is in regards to the topic of ages with the characters. Currently in the stream. Are there any characters that are particularly older than 90, than the 90s? Somebody taken from the 1800s, 1700s, perhaps? That is one question.
They will not be that old, but there is definite possibilities that someone could be taken from a earlier era than our current 2020s type thing.
Ooh.
I'm gonna answer the next one.
Go ahead,
Slushy, you put the same fucking question twice, by the way. Yes, you will get cinematic trailers for new characters and such, and new content. That is for sure. There will be trailers, there will be animations for it. Another thing that I wanted to, I think Persistence put it way earlier in the chat. We will have fully, at least animatic style narrated backstories for each of the character that is fully voice acted. This does not include memories, it just includes that. But also in terms of voice acting, we're going to do something like the Subnautica PDA system. If you've ever played Subnautica, you can get PDAs that basically tell little stories. And what you can do is you can either read out the whole fucking thing, or you can click a button at the top and it will be fully voice acted and narrated for you to listen to. That's up to you. You can do both, which I kind of do whenever I play when I played Subnautica, which was, you know, I just read while it was going along. Very good. But that's the way you can do it. I guess there's one last one in here. What's your favorite part about making your game? From Chive.
Alright then. Is that all the questions? No, there's one more. What's your favorite part about making your game? Unless that's the one you just answered.
Yeah, I just answered the one that Slushy gave.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about what it... I think the best part I've ever had is piecing together the lore. All these characters are from different situations and different unfortunate outcomes. Beckham got tortured by a serial killer before he got taken. Rick was somewhat responsible for Pablo Escobar's death.
Rick was somewhat responsible for Pablo Escobar's death. What you said?
Pablo Escobar's death. In terms of the DEA being able to track him down. You know, Akiko was just a transfer student who got fucking unbelievable. Oh no, dude! No! Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh, I'm fucking dead. I can't do this anymore. What? I just saw him turn around after he did that and I was like, okay.
I can feel it.
I felt his soul leave after he melted that. I felt his soul leave. Anyway.
But definitely piecing together the lore. There's a lot of different characters and how they interact with each other is very interesting to make. They all have their own personalities and some of them are more assholistic than others and some of them are very kind-hearted than others, and it's very interesting to piece each part together. And this kind of goes back to another gripe I have with Daybreak is there's so many isolated stories. Like, in terms of how Daybreak's lore is, there's so many isolated stories, and they don't fit together well. It's like trying to fit the fucking square peg in a hole that's the size of a goddamn pin needle. Like...
Jesus.
At least that's my opinion.
Right. No, that makes sense.
I think a lot of things, if it's so different and conjointed and doesn't... it goes in the square hole. Yes, no words. It goes in the square hole. Or should I say it goes in the gay hole. Silence for unfunny joke.
Alright, let's see. So,
but it's so disjointed, and I feel like it's looking at a mangled body with all of its bones broken because you don't know how the fuck it's supposed to fit back together again.
Yeah. So, Slushy just asked a question. Would the killers have custom kills? I can't even read. What does it say? Some what?
Oh, let me do this. Let me fucking wrap it around because it does this every time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Kill sometimes in the future, or is it only by the cages like Maury's? Okay, there you go.
Okay. There's two different ways this goes. Perk-wise, or ability-wise, Wrathful literally has a Mori. Like, his entire ability is after the first cage state, he can Mori someone.
Okay. Well, you know.
But if it is the last survivor and you down them, you can Mori them from there. So every killer will have their own little Mori ability. It's just kind of a final kill. It's like to be that little icing on the cake after you fucking murdered everybody in sight. Like, congratulations, now you get to brutally murder the last person.
Right. Damn, okay. Well, the more you know, I guess.
I mean, that's the same way Dead by Daylight does it, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's the same way as Dead by Daylight, like you said, does it. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Wait, hold on. White Hero said something in chat. Will there be any map interactives, hazards like in Dead by Daylight with the Nostrum with the charge up, slow down from the pipes to the teleports on the broken ruins? No. The sole thing will be the pallets that aren't necessarily... They're just pull downs to delay. That's it. There's already a lot that's going for survivors and a lot that's already going for killers. I think the biggest example of all of that is the vaulting system, which I do have to preface. There is slow vaulting and there is fast vaulting, and there's also slow locker entering and fast locker entering. Very close to Dead by Daylight.
Ooh, okay then. More you know.
The more you know.
I mean, like I said though, like. It is really cool to hear, like, a lot of these cool, like, extra things that'll be added to the game and whatnot, like Maury's custom animations and all this cool stuff. It's like, brings the game, you know, makes the game feel like it's going to be more refreshing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of games kind of like go the route of like adding like custom animations and whatnot. I mean, there's games like Forsaken and whatnot that do that. Don't get me wrong, but like to go out of their way and do all this like small little like.
I think I got inspired by another game that really fucking hammers on to the small details, and that's Helldivers 2. I've rarely played the game, but the amount of stuff that Helldivers 2 does in terms of small, tiny details that to the normal person look fucking insignificant and shouldn't matter are detailed all the way down is
You just
is detailed all the way down to the smallest little perfection is exactly what I sorry, I'm still laughing about the fact that I just stared at you launch into the generator and I just was like, alright, shoot.
Let me just shoot. But yeah, keep going.
But yeah, there will be like constant little details.
Oh. Okay.
What is this one that third Zach? Do I have to vault from a certain angle, or do I just need to be sprinting for fast vault? You just need to be sprinting.
Oh.
If you're sprinting into a vault, you will fast vault. The angle shit is really weird. I don't like the line of sight that Daybreak has. If you're in a certain area, you will just like, you won't force vault, but you will have the option to.
But you will have the option to, right? No, I get that. Is there any other YouTube questions in chat maybe that will be answered? Maybe some questions from the YouTube chat. I can't look at them right now because...
Oh shit. Thank you, no words for the scream. Will there be trivia for everyone to learn more about them by Slushy in the form?
They just asked a question.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my god. No.
I'm not... The thing is, with trivia, I think the most that the trivia will have is much more of connections and backstories.
Oh?
How bloody will be the Moris? They won't be bloody. They'll just be very brutal to watch. It is very close to Combat Warriors type of Mori. Like... glory kills and that shit. Look, I forgot I can't gen save like that. Shit! I like.
You're like, what?
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
But it will be closer to Combat Warriors, glory kills, and how those work.
And how those work, exactly. Okay. Alright then. That's what I wanted to. That makes a lot of cool sense.
Is the information about gameplay stuff going to be super detailed with all these smallest numbers? Yes! Yes! I have had it fucking enough with the Daybreak system of being vague as shit with stuff. Like, there's so much shit that says heavy repair boost, heavy speed boost, slight speed boost. What does that mean, homie? Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yo, speed boost, heavy repair boost, like all this stuff.
What does it mean? Like, genuinely tell me, what does it mean? It's like staring at fucking Mason from fucking Black Ops. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Like, I don't get it. With that being said, yes, there will be, like, details on what exactly the perks will do. They have already details in their own rights, like, Parkia specifically says, instead of saying, like, slight speed boost for a protection hit for bolt survivors, it just straight up says, alright, 15% speed boost for bolt survivors for a certain amount of time, and it says that amount of time, and, like, 50% speed boost for a solo hit for that amount of time, and it says that amount of time, because fucking... If you don't know how your perk works to the fullest, you can't use it to the fullest.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it makes sense. You can't... You're obviously not going to be able to use it to the fullest.
Yeah, you can't use a perk that you know nothing about, or very little about, if it's so vague about what it has.
Exactly. No, you're right. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's just not going to matter if, like, you know... how do I say this? I'm trying to... Someone, who's over here? Oh my god.
I'm looking.
They just brought me over to Anami. I'm like, wait, like, whose footsteps?
Rodriguez 444. You will live in infamy. Actually,
I'm
no,
over
you
here
will
like, yo,
live
who's making these footstep noises? Like,
Rodriguez 444, a lost soldier. I will miss you. You will be
oh
in
my
my
god.
heart. I love the fucking absolute free-to-play usernames, like fucking Tony Gonzalez 2005 from Team Fortress 2. Like, what the fuck?
Come on, come on, come on!
Just confirm, you can't switch perks as Survivor. Nope. You have to play as the character.
What?
There is a specific reason
Put
for
that
this.
down!
Oh, did I do like a
I'm gonna
sniper?
be real here. It's a bit lazy on my part. First off, it's gonna be a bitch to already code the perks and how the add-ons will work with them.
Right.
And to make it so that it switches between characters and they have the opportunity to switch between characters is already going to be a bitch enough.
Right.
Another thing it's gonna be a bitch for is also in terms of voice acting. I want voice lines for almost every possible interaction if it fits the lore.
If it fits the
If it
lore.
makes sense. If it makes sense. And I want all of them to be voiced. So no shit with like fucking Yvonne and Slasher where they don't have any voice lines for most of the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Boo!
I'm gonna be real with you. That shit low-key pissed me off.
Did it actually?
Those characters have been out for fucking years. Why do they not have voice lines yet? I don't care if you get someone off the fucking street, have someone voice act them. At least as a
Come on, come on,
placeholder.
come on!
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know.
Let's go find the next part.
So, we need a voice line for what is. So, to make all those voice lines, not for just one perk
Oh,
and
yeah,
how
it's
that
default.
perk works, but to
Oh.
make it for every single perk and how all of those perks work. Dear fucking God. And not to mention the scripting that it will take like that and will end up kind of doing the same problem that I think Daybreak has, where with so much variety and all that stuff, it ends up in spaghetti code.
Right.
The point is when you're
that is
locking in as killer, is you can see the character's perk. You know what the character's perk is because it's locked to that character. But
Yeah.
you can't see their add-on.
No, exactly.
That could change everything. So, I would
Okay.
say base it less off the perk, base it more off the add-on.
Right.
That's it.
Oh my dude, I'm not reaching? That's crazy.
Will there be interaction lines for every little thing, like rescuing,
Okay.
downing, killing?
I see
There will
why
be
I'm not
one.
reaching.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna take a second here. Go down the list. We have revive for survivors. We have initiating chase with killer. We have mending people. We have reviving people.
Oh, did you think I was nearby?
You gonna go around that corner? No, I heard your blood phase. I heard you phase. I'm not sure if that was phase or unphased, but it was like.
Oh, I think that's right. Unfortunate.
Attention,
Who's chasing this person?
The principal has asked me to remind
Reach!
alright.
Oh my god, dude, it's not reaching. They vote this. They don't vote this.
But there will be interactions for almost everything, both in killer side, both in survivor side. I'm not going to lie to you. Some survivors will shit talk killers, and some killers will shit talk the hell out of survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can.
No, because they can, exactly, right? Alright, everyone can stay.
Wrathful will be a genuine asshole. For example, Dwight Eunuch, the leader. His friend died due to his own mistake. You want to know what one of Wrathful's lines is? Yelling, "He's waiting for you, Dwight," as he downs him. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely like, they missed their knife. Oh my god. Oh, they...
Cade, please, Cade. Cade, we can't.
Oh my
Cade,
god.
you can't be the best mod anymore.
Oh my, you missed the knife. How do you fumble like that? You fumbled and you missed the killing. You gave. You fumbled like that.
There is people. I'm not
You
even kidding. It's
fumbled like that. Gave the fumble is so much.
Ido is correct. There is people. There's actually like,
Oh,
official.
I'm gonna...
Sorry. There is official. I've already confirmed. There is actually like a gambling site for people outside of the game to just gamble on survivors and killers and all the odds and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, Euronica's personality is just perfect. I don't.
I know you do not like their personality.
Their personality fits their character.
Yes.
I just think their lore is messy as shit.
Oh.
Like, yes, she's rude, and I get that she's supposed to be rude, but at the same time, she can't be rude if her lore is literally her feeling remorse for causing someone to harm themselves. You can't do both.
Will the failure Mori be like when he killed the parents?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I haven't fully decided.
There you go. Oh, man. You know, it was great talking about Bloodsport today. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed having a conversation with you about the game and its upcoming, you know...
Are there gonna be detailed stat pages? Yes.
And stuff like that, which I'm glad. Honestly, I'm glad that the game's gonna be in a... I'm hoping it gets flourished and comes out in a very, like, you know...
At least a year or two.
At least a year. I would say.
That's hoping.
You know,
that's hoping.
It's definitely
based on
taking
my
its
current
time.
situation.
Someone said, will there be a shop or cosmetics or anything else?
The shop will be for A, cosmetics, B, bundles, C, you can purchase add-ons from them at the same time. So if you want to add on for a certain character because you didn't get it through leveling up, you can say fuck it and buy it yourself.
Oh.
And that's perfectly fine.
I'll never fumble again. This is my game. Somebody clip that again. What happened to Cade right now, and then we're gonna replay it every time. That's what's gonna happen. Someone go back.
That should be.
Someone go back.
Honestly, you should replace the starting screen with that, especially. You know what? Fuck it. You know.
Every time, every time Cade insults me with something, I'm just gonna play that clip and be like, "Oh, so this you?" And then, like, oh my god.
Feature failure main here is more. Oh, okay. I see. What's another part? I guess could I do a bit of a shameless plug here?
Go ahead. You have permission. Full permission.
Okay. Full permission. Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Don't ever say that goddamn "get ready to die" line from Becca, brother. Nobody cares.
Yeah, they were talking.
You're the most. You're probably the most overpowered survivor in the game. Shut up.
Oh my god.
I talked a little bit earlier about my financial situation, so if you want to help, there is a Bloodsport Patreon.
Yes. If you guys want to support the development of Bloodsport, which currently, financially, Arsonist is in need of some, some stuff, because, developing games takes a lot of... Yeah, he's kind of in the dumps, okay? Listen, guys, okay? Developing takes a lot of money and a lot of time. If anyone here develops something, they know that it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to really put it out there, especially when you're paying coders and stuff. So if you want to go support them, if you join their Discord server, there is a Patreon for them that you can support the creator in order for them to fund the game even more than what it is right now. So
there is some really cheap tiers. I'm talking real fucking cheap. The 3 tiers are literally $3 a month, $5 a month, and $7 a month. And the $7 a month allows you to get early access to the game before it comes out.
Correction. So, if you guys want to support them, I will be linking their Patreon right here, which I will copy link, and I will paste it right in the chat. So, here you go, you guys go. And you should press enter. There we go.
Yippee.
Takes you right directly to the Patreon, which I'll spam
Please, I've been eating ramen for the past 15 days. No, I'm joking.
I'll spam it a couple times. Will the private servers be free?
Private servers? Oh boy. This has been a bit of a contention. The most thing I was probably going to do with private servers is make them purely based on fun and probably make them free for that regard. I think it's going to be, right now the current works is that it's free, but you can't get XP, you can't get rewards.
Someone said $7 for early access. Brody, you should be like 20. Raise your prices.
Here's the thing. I would raise my prices, but the point is that, like, I'm gonna say this. I already stated this in the Bloodsport devlog video. I didn't want. I'm gonna say this genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I don't like taking people's money. I really don't. Fucking Prekeeper has tried super chatting me and Persistence as well, and both times I told him to never fucking do that again. And Persistence knows this really well, because every time he says he wants to fucking throw in a super chat, I'm like, no, don't do that. Keep your money. Like, every single time. So, it took me a while, and it's really at the point now where it's like, I'm trying to move out so that I can learn scripting more and have a bit more freedom with it.
I want to make it clear, I'm nervous. Oh, I know they're always jokes. I'm always joking with you
But-
back. Let's see.
But yeah, just pretty much like, I don't like taking people's money. That's the bottom line of this. I don't like taking people's money, and
Morning death.
honestly, it took me months to finally go, I need a Patreon because financially I am fucked. I need to move out, which means I need to save at least like 2.4k. And recently my 6 months of car insurance bill came up. And honestly, anything that I just saved right now is probably not gonna be with me anymore because of that 6 months of car insurance. So very unfortunate timing.
It
But-
is not yet.
Welcome to being an adult. It's not fun. I do have help from all sides, so but pretty much it's more of a tipping the bellhop. That's why I don't have the prices so high. Every single little bit counts, even if people don't think it counts. I mean, and it's also because I want it to be affordable. I don't want to screw over people in terms of like, you're not rich enough to get early access, fuck you. Like, okay. But genuinely, it's more of tipping the bellhop type thing. They just add a little bit more support to the works. You know, you get some shit out of it in return. It's more of a business deal rather than give me fucking money per month. Which is why I made the top tier, which allows early access and even being involved in some of our testing runs for updates at $7 a month. It's something that genuinely you're like, all right, cool. I get some shit out of this, and it's shit that I will thoroughly enjoy and be like, yeah, you know what? That $7 a month is worth my money.
Exactly.
Instead of,
Ooh, hold on,
I'm paying $7 a month to watch a bit more into development.
Somebody has a question. For private servers, can every character be free since you cannot buy them, or since you can't get any? Yeah, basically that's what they said. Will the
Okay.
characters be free if you make a private server?
They will be fully free in private servers, yes.
Okay.
They won't be free for the game. For private servers, it'll just be completely fine. If we can't code it like that, then unfortunately it might have to follow the way that the public servers are, where they won't be free, unfortunately. In terms of like new characters.
Ooh. Someone nowhere said you need to go to Shark Tank and get scammed by Kevin O'Leary.
That's wild. That's wild.
Pitch your idea and then.
Hypothetically, if someone pays near the end of the month, do they have to start? No, Patreon works like a normal monthly subscription, where literally if you say you start on August 30th, the next time you will pay will be September 30th.
Yep.
So.
Monthly. Keep going
Oh
this
my
way.
god, please. Should I do Sage Generator? I don't know if we're gonna do a Genlock or not.
I avoided detection as Danya for like the third time using this character. Wow. I feel like I barely get any usage from this.
Your value! Oh my god!
Once in a lifetime Danya value.
I think Danya could have been a good character.
Oh, I
It's
just saw
not.
someone giving back shots while they
the-
were reviving somebody. What type of timeline am I in? Am I in the right server?
Yeah, you're in a Daybreak server, so yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. Well, darn it.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say, homie. The boys are all here!
Let's go.
Except I'm not a fucking gen rusher, bro. I got a can of soda and apparently this character does not have sanity. Hypothetically, if adding on to my non-humanoid question, when talking to my non-humanoid, I'm talking about Xenomorphs, the Dredge, Demogorgons. Would that be advanced model? Maybe. Again, not entirely sure we'll go that far into like the deep end of completely non-humanoid fuckos, but that may be a possibility in the future.
Exactly. Oh, that's a thing.
For now, we're keeping it slightly simple in terms of mostly humanoid characters.
They won't just ignore 3 of us and just said, all right, well.
Don't worry. I'm here.
Where's that Anais at?
I think
I think
they're
bro.
right there. Yeah, they're right there. I see them. They're chasing after the Becca over there. But honestly though, let's see what the stream is. The stream is already almost at the 2-hour mark, which I feel like is, in my opinion, it's a good way to kind of end off nearly, because we've answered most of the questions that people have asked. The stream was specifically made to answer any Bloodsport related questions that will be coming soon, or any teasers that will be discussed, you know. Of course, you can always check out Arsonist, the Bloodsport official channel, of course, which I can't link right now, but if any of you want to link it, either Persistence, if they're still in chat, Eyes, either one of you guys, go ahead and do so. Oh my god, they are ignoring me and going after you guys eating meat. They're going after no words.
No words.
Oh, they whiffed their. They whiffed.
That's your main. No words. You can't get got by him. No words, please. Can't let him get you. So anyway, we're sitting here. There was one question that I did see, and it was asking about how the prices are for the Patreon. They are based in what region specific like what region specific currency is being used. So they will automatically adapt to what is being used there.
Well,
I'm distracting. I'm distracting. I'm distracting. Please get no words up in that time. Thank you.
Yeah, they did. They did. 6 million rupees.
6 million rupees is crazy.
Oh, they got the pool noodle out. They got the pool noodle out. Oh, and they see
their
their target.
They got a dry ass pool noodle out.
Oh,
Homie,
we're gonna
how's
see.
That shit supposed
We're
to
gonna
hurt
see if Cade
it...
misses the switchblade this time against the principal.
You got this, Cade. I slightly believe.
This is their chance to redeem. This is the link got deleted, but if Monica could put it up, that'd be great. Oh yeah.
Wait.
Ooh, headshotted. Okay, they got saved.
You know what? Take this.
Oh, they didn't miss their switchblade. Watch them run out of stamina and die here.
Wait.
Man, I took a long way around, homie. I went on a scenic route.
Wow, they didn't.
I never used that perk once, by the way.
They didn't miss their knife. Well, that's surprising. I wonder how they missed their guys. I'm dead. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna let that go.
This is my last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, this is someone in there. Can we gamble on people in rounds? No, that is more of a lore thing. You're not gonna be able to fucking gamble on people that are currently playing the game. No.
No, exactly. Also, I can't use my outro music because the Spotify deleted it. I have to use a different one.
Spotify deleted your outro music?
Yeah,
Aw, damn.
I can't use it. It got. I'm sad. I really am sad. But anyways though, is there anything else?
Oh, link got deleted. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's why. Here, I'll fucking put it up. I got it.
How the K gotta be hacking, bro? How they not miss? Oh well. K turned on her auto aim.
What the fuck?
They said K turned on.
Oh, I'm not authorized to send links. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I do have that setting. Yes, yes, yes. I will be the one.
Yeah, I will send it over to you right now. Then.
Then over you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So if you guys want to see any updates for when the game's for its devlogs and all that stuff, because it'll be getting it's releasing teasers and all that cool stuff. The link to the channel will be right here. I'll be spamming it like 3 times in there. There's the socials right there. Follow it, subscribe to it, keep up to date. You'll know when the game will be released. You'll know what teasers are coming and what characters are being worked on. Anyways, though, is there any final words you want to say, Arsonist, before I decide to end this off? Just like normal.
Oh damn, I gotta really think about this. I can't just say like shit post and that's it. I want to say that Bloodsport is definitely something that a lot of you think you're prepared for, but none of you really are.
Well, then, there. All right, then. Is that all you have to say?
That's it. That's it.
There you go, guys.
You all think you're prepared for the lore and how it's going to be.
Every lore enthusiast out there is waiting.
None of you do.
Every lore enthusiast out there is hoping that this is gonna be a lore heavy alongside with its gameplay being very, very good, very, very much so. I know.
I already said it on Ancient Stream literally last night, not today with the PTS thing, but there may be a possible in the works collaboration with like Decaying Winter.
Ooh, Decaying Winter. Oh yeah, that's right.
So some people may get the shit scared out of them.
Yeah, he has a.
It'll be fun.
He's working with Decaying Winter, the developers somehow. You know, this game it has a lot on its shoulders.
Not the insert the Sonic-esque character sliding his hands together. Fuck
Yeah.
you, eyes.
Anyways, though, thank you, Arsonist, for joining in on the stream for the interview and whatnot, and allowing me and everybody else to answer your questions that we have about the game, when it's coming out, teasers, questions, lore, all that cool stuff. As for you guys, remember to follow, like I said, subscribe to the channel, Bloodsport channel. There you go, as well. And you know, if you want to support Arsonist as well, you can also subscribe to his channel as well, which I don't have the link for at the moment, which I'll link it, you know, right now as we speak, because I can do that. So, anyways, though.
Please subscribe to me. I'm joking. I was so fucking stupid.
No, you're good. Just subscribed. Hey, there you go. There's Arsonist's channel as well, the owner of Bloodsport. So go ahead and follow them, subscribe to them. And as always, you guys have a great rest of your day / night. And as always, stay positive. All right. You want to say bye, Arsonist, as well?
Bye-bye.
All right.
It was a great stream.
All right. Take care, you guys. See ya. Peace.